We've all seen the epic battles between Godzilla and King Kong, but what if we add another legendary DC Comics superhero into the mix? Let us find out what happens when the fastest man alive runs up Godzilla's back. In this animated short film called The Flash Runs Up Godzilla's Back, can he actually land a hit? Well, to answer that question, let's get right into it. The Flash is running at top speed towards an incoming asteroid that is hurtling towards Earth. He's moving so fast, the planet itself seems to be standing still. Just as the asteroid is about to impact, he changes direction and begins running vertically upwards, leaping into the air and somehow sticking to its surface. Then, like something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon, he starts running around the asteroid in circles, making it spin faster and faster. The centrifugal force generated by his constant motion eventually causes the asteroid to explode, showering the Earth below with millions of tiny pieces of rock and dust. And from the looks of it, a lot of that debris is going to end up in the ocean. But before the Flash heads back home to celebrate his latest victory, he gets a transmission from Batman, who fills him in on their next mission. A kaiju has appeared in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and judging from its size, it's much larger than Godzilla. The two of them meet up with Superman and Wonder Woman to take a closer look, and while they're flying over the monster, we get a close-up view of its gigantic form. It's none other than Titanosaurus, is a carnivorous marine reptile that first appeared in the Godzilla sequel. Godzilla raids again, but now is a lot more aggressive and powerful than before, even able to hold his own against Godzilla in the water. So they decide to lure him into shallow waters where the Justice League can get a better look at him. As Titanosaurus comes closer, Wonder Woman uses her lasso of truth to bind his limbs together, but she might have made a mistake because he breaks free from her lasso, rather easily, and then continues his rampage across the shore. So the Flash decides to run up Titanosaurus's back and try to take him down, but not before telling Superman and Wonder Woman to stay out of this one. He tells them that this will be a test to see if Titanosaurus can even feel pain, or if he is completely impervious to damage. With that said, the Flash quickly closes the distance between himself and the kaiju, then begins running up its leg at super speed. As he runs, he moves so fast, he appears to be a red blur, and within just a few seconds, he reaches the top of Titanosaurus's head. We then get a wide-angle shot of the scene, allowing us to see just how far away from the ocean Titanosaurus actually is. He's literally stranded on dry land, which is very rare for a kaiju. The Flash runs up and down Titanosaurus's head several times, seemingly having the time of his life. But then he slows down to see if the animal has gotten weaker or tired, but it doesn't seem to be affected by the beating at all. The Flash doesn't want to waste any more of his time, so he takes off again, this time heading down Titanosaurus's back. He moves so fast, he creates a sonic boom as he passes by, causing the skin along Titanosaurus's back to begin peeling away from its body. But the Flash isn't satisfied with the amount of damage he's doing, so he begins punching and kicking Titanosaurus over and over again, but nothing seems to work. No matter how many hits the Flash lands, Titanosaurus doesn't even flinch. As the fight progresses, the Flash finds himself getting angrier and angrier. He keeps pushing himself harder and harder, trying everything he can think of to defeat the monster, but nothing seems to work. The Flash even tries using his heat vision, but it just bounces off of Titanosaurus's thick hide. He could also use his freeze breath, but that would only make the Flash's job harder. The Flash realizes he needs to change tactics if he wants to stand a chance against so he stops attacking, and instead begins to study the beast's movements. He notices that Titanosaurus seems to be in a lot of pain, but it's not from anything the Flash has done. Instead, it's because Titanosaurus is slowly being pulled back towards the ocean by the tides. The Flash takes advantage of this by running along Titanosaurus's back towards the sea. He knows that if he can get Titanosaurus into deeper water, it'll be too strong for him to fight back. Once in the water, the Flash unleashes a barrage of punches and kicks, sending Titanosaurus crashing through the waves. The kaiju roars in pain as it feels the burning sensation of the Flash's blows. Its flesh is no longer impervious to damage, allowing the Flash to inflict some serious damage. With each passing second, Titanosaurus becomes weaker and weaker. Finally, the Flash delivers a knockout punch that sends the creature crashing into the ocean floor. The impact creates a massive shockwave that ripples across the water. The Flash watches as Titanosaurus slowly sinks to the bottom of the ocean. He knows that the monster is still alive, but it won't be for long. As the sun rises, we get a final shot of Titanosaurus lying defeated at the bottom of the ocean. The Flash returns to the surface to see Superman and Wonder Woman waiting for him. They ask how the battle went, but the Flash doesn't answer. Instead, he just smiles mysteriously. What did you think of the Flash? vs. Who do you think would win in a fight? And do you want to see more DC Comics characters team up with Godzilla? If so, stay tuned for more news and updates.